The sun-drenched Live with Kelly and Mark studio in New York City's ABC hub gleams with the effervescent energy of a mid-morning broadcast on a balmy October Tuesday in 2025, the iconic purple couch a plush pedestal under cascading lights, the audience a jubilant jumble of fans clutching Kelly's Queens and Meghan Magic signs, their cheers cascading as Kelly Ripa, the 55-year-old daytime diva dynamo in a sizzling scarlet wrap dress that hugs her hourglass like a highlight reel, struts out with her sassy sachet, flanked by co-host Mark Consuelos, his chiseled charm in a fitted black tee amplifying their couple's combustible chemistry. The roar ratchets up rapturously as Meghan Markle, the 44-year-old Duchess of Sussex, saunters in with sovereign serenity, her lithe 5 feet 6 inches frame framed in a flowing emerald chiffon gown that whispers Windsor whimsy meets West Coast whisper, her caramel cascades crowned with subtle sparkle. She's here to herald her Haute Archwell horizon, empower echoes, a sonic symposium blending Spotify soundscapes with AI affirmations for women's wellness, sealed with Deepak Chopra for soul-stirring scale. Kelly air kisses her cheeks with exaggerated gusto, cooing, Meghan, honey, from Suits siren to soul sister, you're serving slayage. Spill. How's Montecito's magic manifesting this masterpiece? Giggles geyser as Meghan melts into the mauve, mapping maternal mirth. Archie, 6, his echo engineer, experiments echoing dad's drone diplomacy with toy turntables. Lilibet, 4, her mini maven, mixes mashing Meghan's jams into juvenile jazz. The tempo's tantalizing for 18 minutes. Audio auras allure, Meghan in meditative mixes with Mumbai Mamas, her voiceover vowing, echoes empower when echoes embrace. Mark marvels at her melodic mission, Kelly cavils on her karmic kick, Meghan musing on mantra milestones mid-Megxit maelstroms, the gallery gripped in galvanic grace. But as the commercial crest crests, Kelly, the Riverdale ringleader with her Regis roasts and Ryan romps, eyes sparkling with that host's honed mischief, leans languidly, voice velvet over venom, girly, empower echoes is everything, echoing empowerment from the ether. But let's get gossipy. You've grooved from Gilded Cage to Grammy Gambit, spares shrapnel shredding sibling sacraments while Charles chases chemo chills and William warps under the Windsor weight solo. Is this sonic salve just a sassy sideswipe at the scepters, or have you shelved the shade for sisterly symphonies? The sanctum seizes like a skipped heartbeat, an Arctic aspirate asphyxiates, spectator stares sharpening as Meghan's mellifluous mirth metastasizes to masked metal, her manicured mitts merging on the mantle in a murmur of mounting ire. She suspends, her suit's scripted suavity surging to sharpen saber. Kelly, echoes exalt exclusions, I've exhumed empires from the enclosures that eclipsed my essence, enclosures engineered by editors that endangered my existence. Spare wasn't sideswipe, it was salving my successors from the serpentine spotlight. Question from your quartet's key is quotable, I've quartered the quagmire. Kelly, inexorable as an improv, incises with incisive ire laced in levity, salve. Or scorcher, your symposiuming systemic soars into sonic sponsorships, Diana's deftness diffused discord, yours detonates dynasties for donor dollars. Sisterly, satellite symphonies with Spotify while kin kindle in the kernel. Echo the equity, Meghan, but eclipse the empire enmity, or is the sovereign scuffle your spotlight staple? Aspirations avalanche, Mark's mean mirrors, the multitude morphing into murmurous mobs. Meghan's mantles a maroon, timbre transmuting to tempered tempest, scuffle. Sculpt scandals, Kelly, you've navigated nuptials from Regis to Ryan, but this reeks of royal reruns. My staple, solidarity, for the sidelined sisters the scepter's sidelined. This isn't spotlight, it's spotlighting the shadows, savor the seat, but not the sitter's slight. The tempest teams, Kelly dredging, diplomatic dispatches, on her, disruptive declarations, Meghan mustering media massacres and monarchical machinations that midwifed her manifesto. The coterie clutches, Mark mediating, melody mends, Kelly gauging, grace under glare, but the blaze burgeons, the bleachers bifurcating into boisterous battalions. Meghan manifests mastery, mounting with majestic momentum. Kelly, your mornings mirrored my midday malaise, I've echoed enough equity for one evening. Troop, tremendous tribute for the terrace, tribe, trek to echoes for the equity. She severs the sound with sovereign sleight, sachets stageward with stately stride, her hegira herding the handlers like hesitant hounds, detailing her decampment as Kelly, nuance-nicked yet noble, narrates to the network, that's the texture of transparency, turbulent, tenacious. We'll wade through, won't we? Transmission transmutes to transitions, turmoil tumbling in tidal backstage, comms crackling catastrophe, while Meghan's motorcade motors to Manhattan muse, Harry's hailing, my echo, my empress, equity's eternal. X erupts in eschatological ecstasy. Hashtag Meghan kicked off Kelly trends tectonic in Terra seconds. Thief Theater takes tallying 55 million metrics. Memes melding her migration to equity's edge. Swells. Diarist detractors delight. Pierce postures. Ripa's roast on the rogue. Via viral verve. Omid orates. Morning's egregious error. Hashtag Duchess Dominion. Mark muses mediation. Passion propels progress. Peace to the pioneer. This contretemps. No, nominal natter, it's a news nexus nuke, where a news maven's metal maims a matriarch's mantle, narrating morning news nadir. As the megalopolis metastasizes, one oracle orates, when Meghan meets Kelly, kicks Arene hurled, they're harvested, hallowing history's hearth. As aureate autumnal auras anoint the archipelago of asphalt, the Ripa Meghan dust up on Live with Kelly and Mark detonates into a digital deluge, drenching domains from Dumbo's docks to Dover's downs, where viral vignettes vivisect the verbal velocity, spawning schisms that splinter synapses and socials in a spectacle spanning sunup to sundown. ABC's Arcana aches with analytical anarchy, dailies divvied for diagnostic delving, Kelly cavelling with kombucha in her cush, replaying the riposte with a roguish rumble, the lasses labyrinthin, but legacies lacerate, landed the lore, say TAE speak. The successor sequence surges with sagacious savvy, Mark galvanizing the guild, y'all, Meghan's echoes elevate edges, Kelly's dart was discerning, but discernment demands delicacy. The crew chimes in, but Kelly docks the discourse, echoes. Exemplary, but freights the forecast, nay naivety, all acclaim TAE the architect. The unadorned altercation avalanches online via voyeur videos, 140 million metrics by Meridian, TikTok tantalizing Meghan's huff at 1914 Sync 2. Echoes of silence, blasts, X's hashtag Kelly Co's Meghan netting 9.7 million missives morphing her mean to Medea mid-monologue. Meghan's mid-Atlantic on a citation shadow, swaddled in stratosphere solace, broadcasts a Buckingham bulletin that's bomb and broadside, cheers TAE Live's lively lens, Kelly's nerve nudge the narrative but equity endures undaunted. Sisters symphonies seek solidarity, no, schisms. Platform pings plummet then Phoenix 1200%. Acolytes archiving archives in ardent alliance, Harry hailing her helipad with a husky, my echo, my everything, legacies luminous. Palace percolations prickle, the Times tattles, Duchess derailed Dununder. Up over Charlie's. Chamberlain's chortling, chuffed chagrin, or, endless encore, Will's whisperers weaving, weary though the waltz, but wickedly warranted. Late night laureates lunge, Jimmy Kimmel kits a Royal Reckoning remix, with Kelly as karmic kicker, quipping, Meghan scarpered swifter than Selkie, Ripa's the real Riverdale rumble, as Trevor Noah nods nuanced in his Netflix nook. Live's legacy leaps 85%, overlords orbiting, morning maelstroms, modules, while Archwell architects, echoes versus enmity, a gratis grid for grappling grudges, transfiguring TAE talisman. Ripa's detailed dispatches with diplomacy, post-tape telegrams, her, slice the saga, Duchess, sorry for the sting, sequel spar. Her, appreciated the acuity, Kelly, let's echo equitably. Ripples ravage realms. Advocacy alliances applaud the awareness avalanche for shadowed sojourns, equity enclaves etched as, matron versus maven, marginalia mirrored, partisan pit's pit, privileged prima donna punted, brava, beacon. Paparazzi pester Penn Plaza for her post-parade promenade, but diversions deflect the deluge, Meghan merging into matronly milieu with muddled masterpieces alongside Lily. By Braeside Brunch, the Sussex stratagem synthesizes a Spotify sprint, sampler, echoes O the exiled, encapsulating the exchange, from morning mic TAE midday might, unfettered. Kelly, lunching at a Le Cirque lair, laments TAE lensman, tackled the titan, toughened my tenor. The hubbub harmonizes, Reddit realms relitigate, Ripa's roast or rubbish, viral videos vault the vitriol TAE virtuosic violin voicings. Under the uproar, an undercurrent uncurls, this wasn't wasteful wrangle but a window TAE wounded wavelengths, where a broadcaster's broadside burnishes a broadcaster's brand. No hides harried, but headlines head TAE head, Kelly's karma notched as navigator, Meghan's medal minted in the melee. As vespers veil the village, the afterglow attests, when Duchess's dual morning mavens, dialogue detonates deeper, and the devotees. Diners on the dust-up decanted into delectable drama. This tempest, no, trickle, torrential tide, transmuting tussle into testament. Tune the tube, the telegraph's throbbing WI, throws TAE come. Nukes tae November's nip, and the Ripa Meghan Melee metamorphoses into a medley o mediation and milestone marches, melding melee into a medallion o momentum that magnetizes media from Moray Firth tae Malibu mesas, manifesting moxie in every montage. Meghan, majestic in her meadowed manner, maestros the empower echoes, extravaganza under harvest heather, icons like Michelle Obama orating her odyssey, from live nadir tae noble nexus, you transmuted trial tae triumph. Streams shatter stratosphere, Spotify spotlighting it, Siren O the season, WI, a sophomore season solicited sowing Kelly's lunge into nuance narratives. Kelly, Nexus O her news niche, narrates a morning news module on her midday mic, re-examining the Rumble WI, roundelay reflections, her intro intoning, nudge the narrative. Necessarily, nods tae Meghan's medal, the Maven's got morning star magnetism. Metrics mount tae meteoric, Peabody murmuring at the nuanced news nerve, as she helms a hybrid hookup, co-convening an Archwell Awareness Assembly for Advocate Artisans, her Ken Speckle kudos lending lift. Palace plinths part provisionally, Camilla's chronicle in country life croons, contretemps cultivate crowns, courier in coy Yuletide yarns, wills, Westminster walk winks at, familial friction forges fortitude. X's xylem yields hashtag Meghan Kelly loom, 12.4 million missives merging mock mergers, fanfictions filching their fray into feel-good folktales. Primetime protagonists play, Michael McIntyre crafts a comeback crossroads, cameo, conjuring Emmy echoes. Wider waves wax, Westminster workshops weld. Discourse directives, from the dust up, weaving Meghan's manifesto into mediation mandates, Yankee yards yield, empathy escalators, in ethics engines. Archwell's Nexus nets nebulae in navigation nodes, downloads doubling as detractors dissipate. Meghan meditates amid marigolds, Kelly's nettle. Nectar tae the narrative, nurtured the nucleus. Kelly, navigating Narragansett nautical nods, narrates tae navigators, bumped the blue blood, buffed my broadcast ballast. Juridical jetsam junked, no Jeremiads, just juxtaposed jubilations on joint journals. As Advent's aurora advances, the Sussexes stage a solstice salon, Kelly navigating the nautical 9 hours for noshes and natter, nuzzling mid-nibble, Duchess, next negotiations or Napa vintages, no, noble niggles. Gales O'Glee gild the gathering grand. The imbroglio, infused into icon, inflecting infamy into inspirational ink. Meghan's marquee, monumental, matriarch mythos magnified, mission manifest. Kelly's, kinetic, hostess honed in the heat. In this incantation o infighting tae infusion, the quintessence quickens, morning TV's maelstrom magnet, where wrangles waltz into wisdom's waltz, and, kicked off, kindles, kicked up. No coronets cracked, but constellations converged toward concord. So serenade the salvos that symphony inte sagas, tae screens that summon shared sagacity. Meghan Markle's Ripa rumble, no, nadir, but nexus, nimble, narrative, and navigating anew. And if auroral altercations allure or awakening, absorb this, the arcs arched, the aftermath aglow.